When we listen to the radio, we never agree on the station.
Classic rock.
Hip-hop. Pop.
Guys, quiet. The one thing we do agree on, we all want an awesome free phone. That's why we switched to Metro PCS.
Stop by Metro PCS with the whole family and get 4 free phones of your choice from brands you love, like Samsung, Motorola, and LG when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Free phone requires port. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome to episode 942 of the longest running show in iTunes about job search. And my other one, Job Search Radio, is the number 2 search show. I'll get this right. A show about job search in iTunes. So between the two, there's a great amount of information. So subscribe to both. They will help you tremendously. 2017 on this show has been about interviewing. Job Search Radio has covered everything else, and we're coming up on the end of my interviewing year. And today's show is about what do you order when you go out for a meal with someone who's interviewing you. Hope you find the show helpful. Hope you give it 5 stars in iTunes or Stitcher. Helps other people find the show. And if we're not connected on LinkedIn, send a connection request to me at linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. And now, let's get going. So the question is, what is a nice, safe choice for your meal when you're taken out on a job interview? Now, the classic suggestion that people make is, order the same thing the hiring manager does. I'm not a big fan of that, but I want you to think the logic system here. So bear with me while I kind of walk through it. You obviously don't want to be eating a lot of hand food, like barbecued ribs, because it's just messy and you can't look good going like this. It doesn't work. And even if you're being taken to a barbecue place and they're saying, the ribs are great, you can always respond by going, I know, and, it's an interview. I can't look like a barbarian in front of you, and tease them back. The advice I generally give people in terms of safety is, number 1, avoid the drinks. Let them have their drinks. You stay on bottled water. You stay with seltzer and lemon. I want you to have your wits about you. Number 2 is I want you to have a couple of different choices of things to order. And ask them for advice, and that's going to give you a degree of guidance, but wait for them to order. And if they say, no, you go ahead first, I said, I'm stuck between a couple of things, and I'm looking for something from you that's going to give me some clarity here. Basically, what I want you to do is have 2 or 3 things in mind, and based upon what they order, pick something that you would have. Not the same thing, but something that you would have that be similar. The ideal thing is knife and fork food and showing good manners here. And if you want to have a salad, if they're going to order an appetizer, entree, and dessert, order an appetizer, entree, make a decision about dessert later on. You can stick with coffee or tea or continue with a bottle of water or seltzer, whatever it is. Just keep it simple for yourself. You don't want to be sitting there while they're eating. It's going to leave them feeling uncomfortable. By the same token, you don't want to overeat. So pick things that are lighter rather than heavier, because the heavier you are, the less likely you're going to be crisp in your answers. But again, be well-mannered, knife and fork, not picking it up like the ribs example I gave before. You always want to look polished, professional, and remember that the goal is you want to be presenting yourself in a polished way, eating properly, not acting like a barbarian, not overeating, not taking advantage of their expense account. You want to have manners. So, again, no drinks. Have a similar type of food to what they're ordering, similar quantity. And I think it's more likely with women, and if that seems sexist, I apologize. I think it's more likely with women you might have a large salad at certain types of lunches, and you can get away with it. Guys tend not to be able to do that. And I tend not to worry about women in this regard. It's more men who are not conscious of what to do. So, like I said, entree, appetizer, if they're ordering an appetizer, if they're having appetizer salad, make a decision for yourself about what makes sense at the front end of the meal, and then go for an entree that's similar to theirs but not identical. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, here's a few ways to engage with me. First of all, I just want to say that I no longer do recruiting. I coach people to perform at a high level. So again, I no longer do recruiting. But if you visit my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us, look at the tabs on the top and you'll see a menu of choices for you. First of all, you can hire me to do a resume and or LinkedIn profile critique, interview preparation, helping you with a salary negotiation, answering your question, advising you about a decision you have to make about job offers. That's all there as an option. I can do a job search makeover with you where we critique everything you've been doing in your search up until that point and come up with alternatives. If you're relatively early in your search, we can do a complete coaching program where I work with you from beginning to end. It's in half-hour increments, so it doesn't take a lot of time in each session, and that's another way you can do it. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Mention that you listen to the show because I love hearing with folks who like the show and are interested in my help. Lastly, I also want to mention I've got a lot of information at thebiggamehunter.us, and at times it seems like it's too much. So you can look at the best of my material at JobSearchCoachingHQ.com, where I have curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read that'll help you find work more quickly. Again, that's JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. I'll be back tomorrow with more, and in the meantime, hope you have a great day. Take care.
When we listen to the radio, we never agree on the station.
Classic rock.
Hip-hop. Pop.
Guys, quiet. The one thing we do agree on, we all want an awesome free phone. That's why we switched to Metro PCS.
Stop by Metro PCS with the whole family and get 4 free phones of your choice from brands you love, like Samsung, Motorola, and LG when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Free phone requires port. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
When we listen to the radio, we never agree on the station.
Classic rock.
Hip-hop. Pop.
Guys, quiet. The one thing we do agree on, we all want an awesome free phone. That's why we switched to Metro PCS.
Stop by Metro PCS with the whole family and get 4 free phones of your choice from brands you love, like Samsung, Motorola, and LG when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Free phone requires port. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.